Welcome back to Reading with Miss B. Today we're going to be reading a poem from the collection Woke, a Young Poet's Call to Justice. And we will hear once again how poetry can have the power to ignite social justice and awaken passion in yourselves. Perhaps you'll be inspired to speak up or raise your own voice about an issue you're passionate about after listening to one of these poems. Again, before we get started, there are three questions I would like you and your classmates to think about as you are listening to this poem. The first question is, what's the theme of this poem? What message is the author trying to get across to her readers? And last but not least, have you ever felt like one of the people from this poem? Maybe how the author felt or the character who the poem is about. The title of today's poem is I've Been There Before. It's written by Olivia Gatwood. Here's Olivia Gatwood right here, and she's all dressed in pink right here. She's the author of this particular poem. I've been there before. When a person is in pain, sometimes the best cure is to hear, I've felt that too, from someone else. When you cry and your best friend puts their head on your shoulder and says, I've been there before, suddenly you know you're not the only one. Sometimes we don't know the people we feel for. Sometimes we've never been where they are. But we don't need to look like each other or speak like each other or live like each other to know what it feels like to be sad or feels like to be hurt or what it feels like to be in need of a friend. Instead, we can simply say the words, I understand. We can make a secret club out of our sadness. We can let everyone in who wants to join. We can sit in a circle and laugh and share things over and over to know that you are not alone. That's the poem. I've been there before. So I want you to think about what the theme of this poem is. What is the author trying to say? Have you ever felt like the author? I know sometimes when I'm really sad about something, I just need someone to listen. And I have a best friend who has a very caring heart and a very good shoulder to cry on. I hope many of you are just as lucky as I am to have a friend like that. Today's activity is kind of a fun one, boys and girls. So for today's activity, there are some role playing tasks that you can choose to do with a group of friends or on your own um, about showing empathy. So as you can see, there are several situations where you might have experienced or seen someone experience something, and then you empathized with them or felt empathy for them. And here are some of the scenarios. I would love for you and your friends to choose one of the scenarios and act it out in front of the class. If you don't want to act it out, you can write about it, a time where this has happened to you or someone you know, and make a text to self connection. That's kind of what empathy is, really connecting, making a connection, a shared experience, and being able to share the emotion of one another, share the feelings of another. So let's go through some of the situations or the scenarios. The first one, it is time to pick partners, and a classmate hasn't found a partner yet. They begin to look sad. There's a new student in your class today. Today's their first day of school. Hmm. You see a classmate getting pushed down at recess. Hmm. A classmate asks to join a game, but the other kids just ignore them. Hmm. A classmate shares that their pet has passed away. Hmm. Maybe it wasn't a pet, but maybe you lost someone in your family or a friend, and so you can empathize with how they feel. She got to school and realized she forgot her her pencil case and homework. Hmm. He overheard some kids talking about him in the hallway. Have fun, boys and girls, acting out these scenarios and demonstrating empathy. Until next time, I'm reading with Miss B.